Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following four friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into our mystical world called Antiriath and follow our party of three dummies as they adventure across the lands. Talik Grug, half-orc, half-mystery, the fighter, played by Taylor. Bodyknock Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And the ever-mysterious Eclarian Shadow, half-elf ranger from the Eclarian Mountains, played by Seth. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the show. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate everybody who listens and supports our show. Also, if you haven't yet, please give us a rating and a review on your favorite podcast app. It really helps us. It's a free way to show some support to the show, and we would be forever grateful. Also, give us a follow on Instagram. It's at DNDNDummies. We post weekly screenshots from the game so you can see what we're seeing as we play, different NPCs and characters and maybe fights that we're in. And also, you can interact with us directly on that page. So check it out. Just to give a quick recap, a few episodes ago we met a reclusive goblin named Leech. He's an old crime connection of Bodyknock's, and he took us to someone's swamp shack named Granny Gob. He thought Granny Gob could help us get into the notorious criminal hangout called the Grotto. When we arrived at Granny Gob, she had whipped up some kind of special stew. As soon as Talik took one sip of the concoction, all three of us, surrounded by smoke, as we ran out of the house to save ourselves, we were each standing on our own, transported on some kind of psychedelic vision quest. Talik was taken to meet a mysterious man who summoned a green dragon wormling. Bodyknock was transported to a prison. A strange blue-skinned goblin told him if he could make it out of the prison, he had something special for him on the outside. And Shadow was visited by the Archfey, who gave him a flashback into his past as you see his parents dying during childbirth. And her magic attracted some animated trees that attacked. So that is where we find our three players. This is the dramatic conclusion of those stories. So come along for the ride. Let's check in with Shadow first as he tries to chop these trees down.
Yeah, you've taken a few limbs off of the guy on the right, and so he's
I know what
a little beat up, but he's still up. Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Oh, I think I know why.
Okay. All right. You move like the wind for the duration. Your movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh, nice. Is it an action or a bonus action to cast it?
Bonus action.
Okay.
Before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack roll on your turn. That attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. Okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
Casting
really far.
Casting Zephyr Strike, and I'm going to travel 60 feet.
Nice. And that doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, I'll move him since you got it.
Thank you. Okay, and now I get... So now I'm going to be shooting my longbow at the guy on the right, my right.
Okay.
And we will be adding 1d8 for the Zephyr Strike.
Just on the one attack.
Right, but not Colossus Slayer and Hunter's Mark is canceled.
Why doesn't Colossus Slayer take effect? I don't think it matters whether it's melee or ranged.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so 2 additional d8s on the first attack.
Okay.
Okay, so rolling. Oh no, 13. Holy shit.
13 hits. You hit with 13
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, I know. But
It
I
was
rolled a
close, though.
7 and I was. Yeah, okay. So it's gonna be 3 d8s basically.
Nice. Longbow, Colossal Slayer. That's funny. So if you were using
And
ranged a
Zephyr
bunch.
Strike.
Yeah, Zephyr Strike.
Yeah. So 3
That's
d8s
really
plus
funny.
3.
Okay. Nice.
Boom! 19 damage.
Did you do the +3?
Yeah. No, I didn't. 22 damage.
Okay, so you let loose an arrow, and it sticks in this guy, and you know you put a number in it, and it like chunks into him, and breaks off like a chunk of wood. But even still, you're pretty sure that the fact that you're shooting arrows at this wooden guy, it's not doing as much damage as you like. And so even though you chunk off a big chunk up towards his, quote unquote head, he still seems to be lumbering towards you.
Okay. So
Uh,
I get a second attack.
Oh, you do, even on range. Now that's something I always forget about with extra attack.
Okay, so it's going to be a miss.
Oh,
It's going to be an 8.
okay.
Okay.
But I will say,
I'm
with
60
your
feet away.
clever little Zephyr Strike plan, these guys move. They have a movement speed of 20 feet, so they both move 40 feet towards you and don't even get to you.
Okay, so they're 20 feet from me. They have 40 feet. Okay, so I'm going to cast a level 2 Cure Wounds to give myself an 18 healing
Okay. Love it.
as my action. And then I'm going to retreat another 30 feet
Okay. As your move.
as my move. I don't really
Huh.
think I have much bonus action opportunities
No, probably
here.
not.
Oh, I do. I'm going to recast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
as a
screw
level
spell
1
slots.
spell
At this
Yeah.
point, yeah.
on the guy on the right again. Same guy I had previously cast it on.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. So they are going to move 20 feet and then dash another 20 feet to be within. How close are they now? They're about 15 feet from you?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, about 15 feet or so from you. So, they're like knocking up dirt. You're getting splattered by snow and slush as they kick it.
Okay. So I have Hunter's Mark on the guy on the right. Okay, roll to attack.
I was about to say, I think you've got your full gambit
All
here.
right, 17.
Okay.
Oh, boom, a 6. Okay, so 18 plus 3 is going to be 21 damage with the glaive.
Okay, so you go to slash up at this guy and just go root to tip and cut this guy in half as he
Hell yeah.
collapses onto the ground.
Okay, so I've already used my movement. How do we feel about pulling my bow out at this point?
I don't know how extra attack works. I need to read extra attack real quick and make sure. You can attack twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Man, that's tough because I don't see any reason you couldn't use your free object interaction in between the attacks.
I'm not going to feel cheated or anything either way. It's your call.
I'm gonna call that you can. There's nothing in that wording that says that you can't, and I know I've seen confirmation that you can attack, move, attack.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't see any reason you can't attack with whatever weapon you want to.
Okay, so I cannot move Hunter's Mark to him.
You didn't use your bonus action.
Oh,
You
you're
ran
right.
over here and attacked once.
But it says If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark on your creature.
Wow. Okay, never mind then. That's very harsh.
Specific.
Huh,
Okay.
I wonder why it's like that. Okay.
Oh, gonna be a 16 to hit.
It's probably for this very niche scenario where it's like,
And we're gonna roll that. Unfortunate. So it's gonna be 11.
okay, 11 damage with the bow. So yeah, just kind of sticks into him, into his meaty carapace, or his very not meaty carapace.
Right. It's very hard,
Seems to be the
leathery.
problem.
Ah,
So this guy,
What
it's
a
his
big
turn, and
prick
he's
of a
gonna
stick.
step up about 15 feet to get within 10 feet of you.
So, he's within 10 feet. Okay.
Yeah, he's close enough. He's
Okay,
his
so I'm gonna
reach is
use my
10 feet, your
reaction.
reach is 10 feet, so
Oh, 14.
14 will hit.
So I'm gonna slap him with my glaive. That's a 1. Do you get?
Yeah, you get to reroll that because that's
Okay.
just when you attack with your great weapon.
Okay. 1 again. So 4 damage.
Wow, that
Plus the Slayer doesn't activate on that, does it?
he's a damaged enemy. Yeah, it does. Maybe this 8 will finally give you something.
10
Much
total
better.
damage.
10's
Yeah.
a lot better than 4. All right, so he steps up, takes a slash from you, and then he is going to have a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
About time he caught up to you. He's going to waylay you for 10 damage.
10 damage.
But then it'll be your turn.
Okay, math says I should transfer Hunter's Mark, so bonus action transferring Hunter's Mark. Swinging to hit with the glaive. Oh, it's going to be a 14. So that's going to be a 6, 8, and D10 plus 3.
All right.
So we've got 12 sitting on the board. Going to re-roll the D10.
Sitting on the board, playing poker with this guy's life now.
Oh, yeah, we are. So that'll be 14. So that'll be a 17 total damage.
Okay, 17 total damage. I mean, that's still good money.
Oh, yeah.
But he's pretty beat up, but he's still
Pretty
standing.
beat up. Well, I'm still swinging. I'm full of fucking fury at this point. This dadgum toothpick thinks he's going to take me down. It's going to be a modified 24. So we're going to roll
Definitely hit.
another 6, 8, and 10. And we've got 12 sitting on the board. We're going to re-roll the 6. Oh, went down 1. So 13 plus 3, so 16
That
total damage.
Feature has made you go down 1 twice and tied a couple of times. What in the world is
Mhm.
going on?
It's gone up a couple of times too. So
Yeah.
I think in the grand scheme of things, I'm the plus column. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Like it's very hard. That's what I'm saying. It's so rare. Like it's only a 1 or 2 that you re-roll, and so you have to re-roll a 2 into a 1 for it to go down. Like, and you're
Yeah.
dealing with that's crazy. Anyways, what's your total?
16.
Oh, that is actually enough. So you chop him down with 1 strike, take one of his legs out. He goes down to a knee, and you just cut him in half.
Boom.
Collapses onto the ground. And as he lands and like puffs up a thing of dirt and smoke and stuff, as it all like stumbles down to the ground, behind said cloud, you see like a strange portal. Think like a Doctor Strange style, just kind of like electric at the edges sort of portal looking into what appears to be the swamps outside Granny Gob's hut. And as you look into it, suddenly you're flying through it, and you're flying up out of the Granny Gob swamp, past Bilyatalk, along the road, all the way past, you fly over Heathertone and like out into the woods, and you're whipping in between trees just like super fast, motion vision blurring sort of thing. And you come up out of the trees for a moment, and you do like a X-wing diving into the Death Star trench, maneuver as you go down into like a ravine, and you're flying over this river, up a ravine, back and forth, and suddenly you slow down to a stop as a scene comes into focus before you of a little bridge crossing over the river to a stack of a multi-story shanty, if you will, construction in the cave of this hollowed out end of the river as a waterfall cascades down into this grotto, and then all of a sudden back into reverse. You zoom all the way back into Granny Gob's hut and just like slam into your body, and you're standing in her hut next to Body Knock and Leech. Talik is standing up next to the pot of stew, and Granny Gob is that same maniacal laugh that she had when y'all were running out of the place. She's just laughing to herself. You feel a weight in one of your pockets, and you reach in and kind of pull it out and peer to yourself at a smooth carved stone with a warm yellow-orange hue that's been carved and polished into a shape that resembles a sun with soft rays flowering off of it. And I'll send you a copy of the image in Discord.
Good.
And then actually it's an item in D&D Beyond labeled as the Sunstone.
Whoa! Oh! Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to emanate any magical power in your hand, but you just have this sense that it has some semblance to it. It's almost like something you would use as a sign of identification, is the vibe you get from it.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. And that is where we will end it.
Well, okay then.
Now let's check in with Body Knock and see how he fights his way through this prison.
Fuck. Wait, I can re-roll the 1 on initiative, can't I?
You can.
Fuck
It
yeah.
is a type of check.
I haven't used that in a while, so I was... And not like that, it was much better. I got a 7.
Surprisingly, he had a 5. So your 4 was after him, and your 7 is before him.
That's a lucky roll.
All right,
Jesus.
Mr. Lucky Halfling.
I'm gonna take another shot at this dude. While
Sure.
I have the advantage here. Well, I don't have advantage, obviously, but while I have the initiative on him.
Right, yeah. And he's not in your face with a Morning Star.
16.
16 hits.
And then 4 damage.
Oh man, that is not quite enough. He comes running at you with his Morning Star and goes
I
to
don't
take.
even know what that is, but I'm scared.
It's like a big mace with spikes all over it.
Oh,
And
so that thing he's got.
But with 2 arrows in him, he rolls a nat 1 and just like totally whiffs at you and smashes the door off of its hinges. But that's his turn.
So he's pretty close to me now.
Oh yeah, he's right in your face.
Alright, cool. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pull out my dagger here and try to give him the old underbelly, and I got an 8.
Oh snap! He's gonna do a backswing after missing. Oh no, Body. Oh no.
What you got?
He rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Okay, that's gonna be 18 damage.
So 9.
Oh my gosh, what an ability. That's so huge.
Okay, I'm still okay. I'm still comfortable.
Yeah. You're all right. If that had been 18, you'd be sweating freaking bullets.
Yeah, well, for sure. Alright. Take another stab at this guy. 19.
There you go. That'll hit. And I'll tell you right now,
7 damage.
it doesn't even matter what you roll. He was on his last leg, so you just do a little cut on him, finish him off.
Cool. Alright.
Whew.
Sick. That's frightening.
So yeah, you move into the torture room, and there's not a lot in here. It's a pretty gruesome, gory scene. There's blood spatters here or there, and there's weapons and torture instruments and stuff. But other than that, it's a pretty barren room.
Is that a potion of any sort I'm seeing over here?
No, there's no potion in here.
Oh, okay. Okay, well. So nothing of interest in here besides that fucking asshole.
No.
Okay, what was skedaddle? This place, I don't. Okay, where do I go? Holy shit! So can I open this without guards? Open the keys. This big one.
Yeah, make me a survival check first of all. Just kind of get you.
11.
11. So yeah, with your experience in with prisons, you kind of know there's the cell block, and then it's normally gated off by a few more doors to go out to like the main area. So that's what these gates appear to be. You go to check the guardsmen that you pulled the keys off of earlier, and they don't seem to unlock this. Not the ones you just had.
Son of a bitch! I'm gonna check all these fucking jokes. Alright, I'm gonna go check the bugbear. I forgot to check him.
Yeah, so you check him, and he's got a much larger key ring on him.
Alright, I'm gonna take that. And go try to unlock that shit.
Alright. Okay, so yeah, one of those keys does indeed unlock the door to this space. So you pass through that gate, and there's another gate in front of you. And there's a door on your right. Immediately through the gate is another door on the right, and then there's a long hallway that goes off to the left. You can't really see what all's down there.
I'm gonna check my key on this gate first.
Okay, the key does appear to open the gate.
Okay. So you said there's a hallway around here?
Yeah, there's a hallway like immediately through the gate on the left, and then there's a door on your right. There's a door on the right as you go through, and then there's a door like right across from you on the hallway.
And the doors are shut.
And all the doors are shut right now.
I'm gonna peek around open hallway just to check down it.
Okay. So you peer down the open hallway, and you see two more sets of doors on either side at the end of on the sides going down the hallway, and then at the end of the hallway there's another set of doors.
God, this is confusing. Labyrinth.
Yeah, in total there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options.
You know what? I'm gonna clear it in order. I'm just gonna go in this door right here, I guess, first. This is closest.
Okay. So yeah, you go to twist that door's knob, and it just goes and twists right open. So as you open it, you see a man standing here by like a little animal cage, and he's like putting some little treats in. Make me a stealth check for how stealthily you opened the door.
23.
23. So you open this door just like super stealthily and peek in, and so you see a dog in here inside the cage. It's like a big mean Doberman taking little snack treats from this from his trainer, and neither of them seems to notice you. They seem preoccupied with what they're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the door
Okay.
and continue down through the cell door I opened,
Okay.
and then go in the store I'm standing by, or check it at least.
So that one appears to be locked, and you kind of shuffle through your keys, and one of the ones from the torturer seems to open the door, and it appears to just be a hallway. There's a door on the right that opens into, the room you were just in, and then there's another door on the right, and you're like, man, that would have to be a really small room down on the end there, and then there's a door on the left.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the far right door and check it.
Okay, so you open it up, and it appears to be a shitter.
Ah, cool. Nobody shitting? Cool.
Nobody shitting, just an empty shitter.
Alright, I'm gonna check this door.
Okay, so yeah, you go to open that door, and it is locked. You check around your different keys, and none of the keys seem to want to open it.
Okay.
Make me a sleight of hand check while you're doing that.
16.
Okay, so yeah, none of the keys seem to open up the door.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone for now. Come back
Okay.
out this way. And so what do I got left? I've got this one I'm right by.
Yeah, and then two more on either side of the hallway, and then two more or one more at the end of the hallway.
Alright, well, I'm gonna check this one then.
Okay, so yeah, you go to check that one, and it's just fully open.
Okay.
So you look inside, and there's nobody in here. It appears to be the mess hall. There's food in here in Tailspire, but like there's not all the food's been eaten, and there's not really anything going on in here right now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shut that again. And then I am going to go down to these far doors.
On the very end.
Yep, and I'm going to choose the left.
Okay. So you open that door up, and make me a stealth check as you open that up.
Let's see. 24.
24. So you open this thing up, and you just like peek out, and you see a entrance area for a police precinct. Basically, there's like a counter, and you're like behind the counter, and there's a bunch of people like standing at the counter working on stuff, and there's like guards at the door across the way. There's like some people over on the left working at like desks. The room is completely full, but you open this thing so stealthily that nobody seems to notice you peeking in.
So, administrative question. I'm assuming in this hobo's fever dream I'm in, my goal here is to escape from this prison.
I think that would be a fair assessment, especially considering the statement by the blue.
What did he say again?
He said, if you get out of here, meet me outside. I have something I'd like to discuss with you.
Any fucker couldn't even help me either.
I mean, you get a lockpicking kit.
That is true. That's fair. But I could have probably picked it with like something I found on the ground. I'm just
Like
that
your
good.
teeth. Just like punched yourself in the face and knocked a tooth out.
Man, okay, I'm gonna do shit.
And there's probably like a half dozen or more people in this room. There's like a buzz in here. There's like,
Fuck. Is there any way I can would it be like an investigative check to like look around and see if I can find like a route or another door I see maybe that I might be able to like fucking sneak my way out of here without combat, basically.
So you look around and make me a perception check.
21.
Okay, so looking straight across, you see that there's, the main entrance straight across, and looking off to the right, you see another opening, but it looks like it's like totally exposed if you were to try to go over there. And you actually you can hear a bunch of noise coming from over there. It sounds like it might be like a break room or something, because there seems to be like a lot of like chatter and like laughing and stuff going on over there. So there's even more people out in this room than you originally thought. So like, the only exit you see in this room would be straight across, straight out the front doors.
Shit, dude. You are trying to kill me tonight. I'm gonna go back in the way I came.
Okay. So you scoot back down the hallway and carefully close the door.
I think I have an idea. Fuck.
It sounds like you're not a fan of your own idea.
It's a relatable idea. Alright. I'm gonna take a peek and see if I can fit down the shitter.
So you look in the shitter, and you notice while you were taking a dump in the other one that it was just like a hole in the ground, and like it smelled super bad. But this one doesn't smell nearly as bad, and you look down in there and you realize it doesn't smell as bad because it's a hole in the ground into a sewer system.
Okay, I'm jumping in.
Alright, jump into the sewer system. You land and it's just like repulsive, splashes up all over you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I've experienced this, don't worry.
IRL?
Yes.
Oh no.
Can that get me a fucking plus to this? I got a 10.
Oh no. So yeah, you landed it and you just like you hear up above you someone came in the room, the shitter, like right after you.
God damn it.
And they're like, what the hell? And they like hold their torch or lantern rather, like down into the shitter, and they spot you like, oh shit, guys, we gotta break out. And he just like, you hear him running off, and the next thing you hear is like ding 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 as you take off down the sewer. And you're like running down the sewer, and you go underneath a shaft of light, like a manhole, and as you do, someone just like yanks you up out of it and slams the manhole cover back down, and you're face to face in an alleyway with the blue-skinned gnome. And he's like, well, not too bad. Looks like you're willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, I'll get a little dirty if I have to.
He's like, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. My name's Donatello Muncinelli.
Is that Italian?
Fantasy Italian, but yeah, close enough.
Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Body Not Greenleaf. No relation to the Lord of the Rings elf.
Nice to meet you as well. I'd shake your hand, but
yeah, I get it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
so what did you need me for, pal? And I don't even know what I'm doing in this place.
He kind of looks around for a second. He's like, yeah, I could say the same. But something about you. I just felt like you might be the type of person that I need. And he reaches out and offers you a spell scroll case. And this particular spell scroll case, as he hands it to you, you notice that it has a symbol on it of a snake wrapped around a dagger holding a coin purse.
I ain't joining the Death Eaters, but I've seen those movies.
He's like, in my line of work, I need people with your skills.
Dude, is this a thieves guild? Is this some sort of thieves guild? I'm in.
He's like, this is a special speak scroll case. It can't send, it can only receive. But what I'd like you to do is hold on to it for me. And he pulls out another one that's like a matching speak scroll case to it. And he pops the lid off and he slips a speak scroll in there. And then he drops a couple pieces of platinum into it. He puts the cap back on and he twists a dial on the top. And you hear a little poof, inside of the speak scroll. And then yours starts like vibrating, not unlike a phone vibrate in your hands.
All right.
Assuming you open it up, you see the little speak scroll in it, and you pull it out, and it just says, like, welcome to the club, friend. And then it poofs out and flares up like you've seen the other speak scrolls do, and flares out of existence. And then you dump out, and there's 2 platinum pieces in this speak scroll. And he says, at the right time in the right place. Just do what it says on the writs that come through, and you'll be rewarded. There's a lot more than that where that came from.
Well, who are you with, bud?
I think that's a discussion for another time. I'm sure our paths will meet.
Well, how do I know you're not... Hey, time out. How do I know you're not going to take a poop in this thing and send it to me?
Well, seems you're not afraid of a little shit.
Fair.
I'll have to be off now.
I'll put it in my pocket.
Your acquaintance.
Later, weirdo.
And he takes a little orb out of his pocket and he throws it on the ground, and it poofs, this big poof of smoke, and surrounds both of you.
He's Foot Clan.
As you cough that out, your mind starts to swirl, and the next thing you know, you're like flying out of the swamp in Billytalk and flying up past Billytalk along the road, over Heathertone, out into the woods, and you're like just like zooming fast, and you go out into the woods and up the side of the mountain and like swoop down into a ravine, like X-Wing into the Death Star trench style. And then you're like zipping along this ravine, and you slow down right at the end as you reach a waterfall and a big opening at the bottom of this ravine as everything's carved out, and you see multiple layers of like wooden shanty construction inside of this end of the river in this grotto. And then you like zip back super fast all the way back to inside of Granny Gob's hut. And you're standing there and you see Talik with like a spoon to his lips tasting some stew, and all your stuff is back, and Leech is there, and Shadow's there, and Granny Gob's there, just like kind of like snickering and laughing to herself. And you reach around and pat around, and you find that the Speak Scroll case is still in your pocket.
Yeah, man, that was trippy.
And that'll be the end of your solo session.
Hell yeah, that was fucking cool, actually.
And finally, let's see how Talik fares against the green dragon wormling that was summoned by the mysterious man.
Okay, I'm going to hit him with the greatsword.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to try and hit him with a firebolt cantrip.
Okay.
Come on, baby, give me a good roll. 15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 will hit.
Okay.
Just barely.
Give me some good rolls. All right, 12 damage.
Okay.
And then with I'm going to use my second wind as my bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 4. So I'm gonna roll the
man, you
d10.
need a big roll here.
Please give me a 10. 3. So I got 7 damage.
7 HP back. Okay, well, he is going to let loose with his poison spray.
No!
Okay, you need to make a con save.
No! Failed.
Oh, you take 12 damage.
Alright, I'm still standing.
How are you standing?
I'm standing on I'm lean back, about to fall. I'm on a standing 8 count from the ref.
You need some big rolls, man.
Yeah, I actually need to do something. I don't have any potions or anything on me.
No.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna try and hit him, I think.
Okay. I'll tell you, you've done some damage to him. I mean, he's
Okay.
He's not like on his last leg, but he's hurting.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit him with the greatsword.
Okay. Man, you need a big roll right here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna remind you to not tell me if it's a hit or miss when I roll here, just in case. Okay. Alright, so it's a 16 to hit, so that hits.
Yes, yeah, you remember. Okay. Alright.
Alright, I got a 4 and a 1. Let me re-roll this one.
Okay.
Give me something good, baby. Give me a 6, man.
Right.
Yes, got the 6. So 10. I did 14 damage.
Okay. He is like, you like chop his neck, and he's got like a hole in his neck, and he comes back for one last bite claw.
Okay.
Well, assuming it's his last, we'll see. Okay, that's gonna be a 15.
Misses. I'm at 16 right now.
Claw.
Hold on. I want to use superiority dice to use a riposte.
Okay, do it.
So I get to make an attack on him. I'm gonna roll that to hit. Oh yes, 21 to hit.
Okay.
Let me make sure that I don't. Oh, and I get to add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll on hit.
Let's freaking see it.
Which is that a D6 or a D8? Do you remember?
D8 if you're a battle master.
Yeah, I'm battle master.
Yeah. If you take the feat, it's D6s.
So I got 11 plus the D8. Which is a 7. 18 damage.
That does it. So you just he goes to bite at you, and you just like move out of the way, do like a Witcher style dodge, and like twirl your sword around and turn around and chop his head off as he comes past you.
Oh my god, I have 2 HP.
Whew. And as you do so, he just kind of like disappears into like this like cloud of mist and smoke and poison, and you see the portal reveal itself again as the mysterious man steps out of it, and he's just like he's actually like floating up out of it as he steps out, and he's like clapping like a slow clap. Very impressive, Talik. Very impressive. And he takes something out of his pocket. It's like this, it looks like maybe a green rock or something, and he tosses it to you.
Okay.
And you catch it, and it's this huge, it's like probably 5 inches by like 6 inches long, and like maybe 1.5 inches thick green scale. And he says, but remember, there's always one that's a little bit bigger. And like, you know, looking at this thing, that the scales on the dragon that you just killed were like fish scales in comparison. You know, they were like maybe 1 inch around, you know.
I'm like bloody and down on one knee, and I'm looking at this thing like, oh god.
He says, I'll continue watching, but now with much greater interests. And he just like steps back into the portal.
No, wait.
And it like starts to close. And like as you reach forward, you kind of like slip and you fall through the portal. and you find yourself just tumbling, and then you're like flying like super fast, and you fly out of the swamp, past Billiatalk, past Heathertone, out into the woods, and you're like whipping back and forth through the woods, and before you know it, you come to the mountainside, and you like dip down in like they do in the Death Star when the X-Wings are dipping into the trough. You like dip into a trough of like a river ravine with these big bluffs on either side, and you go up this river ravine and suddenly like stop at the end of it where there's this waterfall falling down, and you see lights and people moving around as there's this huge multi-story ramshackle situation at the end of this river, at the bottom of this waterfall in this grotto, and you're back in Granny Gob's hut, standing there with Leech and Bodyknock and Shadow and Granny Gob cackling away. And that's where we'll end it.
All right. That's great.
To be continued on the next episode of Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies. Find out what happens to our party next week.